Hello everyone. Today I'm sharing with you Douyin, TikTok, Advertisement Creative Outsourcing, how to make an image more suitable for the feed. This is a common pitfall for many merchants and outsourcing teams during the advertisement campaign stage. Because the reality is often, the image isn't bad and the design is meticulous, but once it's launched, it scrolls away, doesn't stay, and doesn't convert. You might subconsciously think, is the creative not visually appealing enough? Is the graphic designer unfamiliar with Douyin? But the truth is, the problem isn't how good it looks, but how it resembles the feed. First, the conclusion. The feed image is not an advertisement image, but rather a frame of content in a trending feed. Many advertisement creatives fail because their positioning is wrong. What you're doing is exquisite ad images, display posters, but what users see is a piece of content they scroll through. The first judgment in an information feed is never, is this image good looking? But rather, does this content have anything to do with me? 2. Why do good-looking images often backfire in information feeds? Because the information feed environment has 3 inherent prerequisites. 1. Users aren't there to see ads. 2. Extremely high contrast within the same screen. 3. Extremely low cost of staying on the feed, it's gone in a swipe. This determines that images that are too advertisement-like are more easily filtered by the brain. 3. The first principle for adapting to information feeds: content like first, design second. Images that truly run smoothly in the feed often share one thing in common: don't look like an ad at first glance. Common effective approaches include scene-based, like everyday scenes; realism, not overly embellished; emotional engagement, rather than simply piling on selling points. This isn't about lowering design standards, but rather about changing the environment. IV. 3 issues a feedback-friendly image must address. 1. Can it be perceived as content within 1 second? If the user's first reaction is, "Oh, another ad," then the image has failed. Adapted approaches include reducing obvious advertising symbols, avoiding strong contrasts and bombardment with large headlines, making it look more like a real scene, not a staged photo. 2. Can the user understand, what does this have to do with me, within 3 seconds? Note, not understanding what you're selling, but rather, is this talking about my problem? Effective feed content often doesn't express selling points, but rather engages with a problem state of mind. For example, pre-use annoyances, inconvenience in daily life. Emotional resonance points resonate first, then convert. 3. Can you give a reason to continue watching? Information feeds are not a one-off transaction, but rather pause, watch again, judge again. Therefore, the image must leave an unfinished point rather than stating everything at once. If the information has been fully stated, the conclusion has been given, then there's no need for the user to continue. 4 common mistakes in outsourced content creation. Mistake 1. Treating the content feed image as the main image. Main images strive for clarity, completeness, and credibility. Information feed images strive for naturalness, content-like quality, and a sense of immersion. The logic is completely different. Mistake 2. Selling right away. Price, discounts, benefits. In the first frame of an information feed, these are often negative points. Mistake 3. Too much information, no breathing room. At a glance, text images, selling points. Symbols users will simply swipe away, they won't read carefully. Mistake 4. Rework every version. No testing logic, complete change. Every time result. More and more versions, fewer and fewer conclusions. 6. How can outsourcing teams properly adapt information flows? You can use these standards to apply. At first glance, it should look like content, not an advertisement. One image should address only one judgment. Less information is better than more. Leave room for variation in A/B testing. If the outsourcing team only talks to you about style composition refinement, but not stay judgment deletion testing, then it's likely still a print ad mindset. 7. A very practical information flow adaptation self-check method. After the design draft is complete, you can do 2 simple tests. Test 1. The swipe out imagination method. Shrink the image. Quickly scan it. Ask yourself, is this content or an advertisement? Test 2. The 1-sentence paraphrase method. Within 3 seconds, can you clearly state in 1 sentence whose state is it describing? If you can't answer, it means it's not information flow-oriented enough. A honest word for businesses currently investing in advertising. Advertising on Douyin is not a design competition. It's about whoever makes the content more like what users see when they scroll through it has a better chance of survival. When you start allowing images to be less perfect, information to be less complete, expressions to be less forceful, the content will actually run more easily. In short, for Douyin, TikTok content outsourcing, the key to making an image truly fit the feed is not how good it looks. It's, first, make it resemble the content. Then, create resonance. Finally, leave a hook. When the design begins to serve the broadcast environment, rather than serving the complete display, then the feed content will truly transform from being skipped to being stayed on, ampled, and converted.